and JJ.
Hit it!
It's time for the Frangie Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, well, welcome you in. The new drug today is, oh my goodness, what a gorgeous day it was out there. Is the cold gone? Is cold over?
It seems like it.
I mean,
thank goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I do think we're going to have some 40s and 50s at night. It was warm today. Today was a nice go for a walk. You go for a walk?
I did.
For a walk, dude. You walk the dog?
Yeah, and it was gorgeous.
I walked the dog today.
And but I'm still in the habit of like grabbing my winter coat, not just a jacket.
Same.
Like the heaviest coat I have in my limited arsenal of clothes. And literally, like, it's so nice to walk outside and, oh, okay, that's right. It's not 20 degrees out. But yeah, it was gorgeous today.
My dog's obnoxious. He's a great dog, but he's obnoxious. He wants to wait till I'm laying around, got the sweats on, done for the night, laying on the couch watching TV to go out late at night. And so I grab I'm now conditioned to grab the big coat, even though it's not all that cold at night. I grab the big coat. So there you go. Beautiful day out there today, though, and hopefully we're getting closer and closer to it. And that means we're getting closer and closer to the players.
That's right.
That's what's exciting about that. In fact, I'm looking forward to
the season's first major.
The day, absolutely right. The day after tomorrow is the Players Media Day. Dan and Jeff will be out there doing their show in the morning. We'll be doing our show in the afternoon and playing golf in between. So at the stadium, it's always fun to go play the stadium. It really is. Even though I don't know if you know this or not. I'll try to inform you. I believe this is an informative show, even though we're not as good as them.
What's like if you go out there, what is a score that you're really happy with?
If I play the white tees, I've shot 81 out there.
Okay.
From I've never broke 80 out there, and it's the white tees, by the way. It's not that's way up from what they play, and I think people know that. And it's not necessarily in course conditions. It's not running at 13 where you can't stop it, like it is for them. But I shot in the media days. I shot 81 one year. I felt that was, for me, that was really good.
Yeah.
For me, usually, again, we play the whites, but from the whites, and a lot of times that year we played our own ball. A lot of times we play a shamble. It's not a scramble is everybody hits it and then you just hit the best shot and on and on. A shamble is everybody hits a drive and then everybody plays in from there. And I think that's what they're playing these days at the media day. I play in a lot of these, so I'm trying to figure out what's what. But yeah, I would think white tees, and again, That means you could shoot 82 in the tournament. No, if you played the tournament from their tees in tournament conditions, a guy like me who's an 11 handicap, who tries to break 80 every now and then, tries to break 80 once every 9 or 10 rounds, which is what I do, would shoot in the 120 range. I mean, I really think if a guy like me that's a 10 or 11 handicap at my course from the white tees tried to play the tournament, play one of these PGA tournaments from their tees with their course conditions, I bet you would not be anywhere near breaking 100. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Nowhere near breaking 100.
Yeah, it's remarkable. It's a great test.
Yeah. So, but it's a lot of fun. So we'll be out there playing. It'll be a lot of fun that comes up. But it gets us closer and closer. Golf season's already off to a fun start. We didn't get to talk about it much yesterday because we had all the other stuff to get to. But how about, and JJ, you brought it up when we did talk about it, but how about Scheffler? Awful first round, then almost wins the tournament.
It's incredible. And this week is the season really kind of hits its stride. It's the Pebble Beach Pro-Am starts Thursday. It's the first of 8 signature events this season. It's an 80-man field, no cut. Scheffler is in it. Obviously, a lot of other elite players. But this stat I found amazing. Scheffler has 18 consecutive top 10s.
Wow.
That's just absurd.
That is absurd.
I mean, that is just
top
absurd.
10s.
And of those 18, 7 of them have been victories.
Right.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's amazing. At a sport that's that hard and that many players that are good at it, to have one guy that's that much better than everybody. It really is amazing. That's a great stat. It really is amazing. So we'll talk about all kind of fun stuff. All right, today on the program, we got a Duval County Scholar Athlete coming up in just a bit. We certainly look forward to that. It is Piper Halil from Stanton. So
we got an audible, actually.
Oh, an audible.
It's Ann Craig Charnley.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So disregard that paper in front of you. I got a different one for you. That's next week.
Omaha.
Okay.
Omaha.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll make it but we do have a Duval County Scholar Athlete coming in just a bit. We're looking forward to that. And then we'll have Piper next week. So we'll do that. So we're looking forward to that as well. All right, a lot of things I want to get to today on the program. Charles Bediako is out. Number one, they got it right. But what a crazy journey. And I got some thoughts about that and maybe a way to solve that.
End of an era.
I mean, yeah, right. And just so embarrassing for Alabama. Yeah, I mean, just so embarrassing.
Embarrassing for Alabama. Embarrassing for college basketball in general. But I mean, did they even allow this? But certainly for Alabama. And Alabama's still mad about it. Well, the guy signed a pro contract.
Right. I don't know what's so hard about it.
Yeah, well, correct. So certainly we'll get to that. I got a thought or two about LeBron. LeBron's not really in the news, but, this has been 1 year now since they got Luka. So certainly going to talk a little bit about that. We don't talk a lot of NBA, but we're going to touch on that. This is the time of year we could get to some other things. Pitchers and catchers, JJ, you ready? Pitchers and catchers, bro. Okay, so that's happening.
I think we got 44 days till opening day, 10 days till the first spring training day.
Love it.
Game, and World Baseball Classic is in like 20 days, so it's coming.
I've already got 2 spring training games set up. So there's that.
Listen, I've been hearing Pirates hype.
Yeah, there is Pirates. I'm telling you, we're going to go from 76 all the way to like 79 wins. Okay, I'll tell you what.
You don't think they can be like the darling of the?
Yeah, I refuse to let myself think that.
Okay.
Smart.
Because I've been so disappointed so many times. We'll see. They certainly for the first time ever went out and got some good players that weren't on their team the year before. That's they whether it's trades or free agents, they never do that. So we'll see what happens like that. But I refuse to allow myself to get too lured in. I'm gonna get to something about bowl games. A third bowl game canceled today. Now there's small bowls. The LA Bowl and the Bahamas Bowl already said we're not doing it anymore. The Motor City Bowl today said they're not doing it anymore. Now we had a proliferation of bowls, and I know that. But it's interesting that 3 in about a week have said that's enough. So I got some thoughts about that, the whole bowl thing, because the world is so different now. So I'm going to get to that coming up in the program as well. Bill Bender has a list. Did you see where he did his projections?
Mm-mm.
He's pretty good from the Sporting News. He's not Jerry Palm or Lenardi or those guys, but he's pretty good. And he had he's got Florida as a 2 seed. You think that's about right? Right now, he thinks they will be a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament.
I think it's easier to project that they will be that than that they would be that if they had to create the field today.
Yeah, and I think that's where he thinks they will land.
Yes.
He thinks they will.
I think there's a good chance they're going to land.
Yeah,
as a
I mean, there's 7 in the Ken Palm, I think it is.
Yeah.
And so which is
they're not that far off.
Which is a 2 seed. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, you look at their remaining road, it's just not overly difficult. And I mean, it just isn't. They play some formidable teams, but I mean, they do not play a team that is in the top 25 of the net rankings the rest of the regular season.
So, so he's got them 7th, which means the 7th overall seed, which is about right. I mean, I'll say this. There now appears to be a pretty clear top 4 in Michigan, UConn, Arizona, Duke, in whatever order. Arizona finally lost. But whatever order you put them in, that's a pretty clear top 4. And the fact that Florida played 3 of those by choice really will help them. Beyond the points they get for, beyond the net, beyond the analytical statistic advantages they'll have, the quad 1 and whatnot, there still is some human element in that thing. And the fact that they took on all 3 of those teams, and all 3 of those teams turned out that good. Yeah, when you play Arizona, UConn, and Duke, they're all pretty good. I don't think you knew they were going to be this good.
Right. They're particularly Arizona.
Yeah. Along with Michigan, those are the 4 best teams. I don't think there seems to be even a drop off after the 4, and I don't think there's much of a debate that those are the 4 best teams. I think people would acknowledge that. And Florida played 3 of them. So I think
collectively those 4 have only lost 6 games, and 2 of those losses are recent. Arizona last night, as you mentioned, at Kansas.
Right.
Duke lost Saturday, and UConn lost Friday.
Yeah.
So they've all. Or 3 of the 4 have lost recently, but I still think they only have combined for maybe 6 or 7 losses.
Yeah, something like that. So certainly we'll talk. I want to get to that a little. So we got a lot of stuff. Potpourri stuff. Not a great start for the Winter Olympics U.S. team. Michaela Schifrin's team. The team competition wasn't great. So we'll certainly talk about that. And we lost in curling. Did you see that?
Really?
Yeah. See that, JJ?
I had recorded that.
We were talking about it on primetime today.
We lost in curling.
It's one of my favorite sports.
We lost in the mixed doubles. Did you see it was the mixed doubles?
See.
I mean, I think mixed doubles is where we.
That's not our strong suit.
I thought that's where we rear our head.
Now, women's curling. Okay. That's when we bring it.
Mixed doubles.
That's just.
Yeah, I mean now
That's tough.
What you're saying now is how do you go on? How do I expect you to do a 2-hour show after that?
Yeah, I mean, was it just unforced errors?
No idea.
The sweeping was.
I don't even know if that was the phrase
was it unforced errors. It might have been unforced errors.
Fouls.
You hate it when one thing about curling, you hate it when you beat yourself.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't beat yourself in curling. You can't let it happen.
We'll start the program with the Duval County Scholar Athlete. We got a lot to do on the program. Glad you're with us on this Tuesday. Our Tuesdays always are brought to you by our friends at the Nimnick family of dealerships. My buddy Billy Nimnick talked to Billy yesterday for a while, as a matter of fact. Nimnick Chevrolet is located on Cassett Avenue. Nimnick Buick GMC is located on Phillips Highway. The best in the business, my friends from Nimnick. We'll kick it off with the Duval County Scholar Athlete. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Where incredible lives.
Every single player had an incredible moment.
1010XL.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
All right, folks, our private equity fund just bought another one in Jacksonville.
Love it. Let's make sure the website says locally trusted.
Should we change the number to a Florida area code?
Nah, just pretend we're local.
Meanwhile, Holland Sons Plumbing didn't need a rebrand to stay local. We're family-owned, veteran-operated, and proud to call Jacksonville home. So if you want a plumber who actually lives in your neighborhood, not in a boardroom, call Holland Sons Plumbing. Holland Sons Plumbing. Locally owned, nationally unbothered.
If you want more teal in your daily diet, Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony. Exclusive guests, sharp analysis, and non-stop Duval football. Served by Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
It's a blizzard of big wins at Best Bet Jacksonville. The Best Bet Blizzard on the Beach Poker Series is heating up February 5th to the 16th with 10 tournament events, Best Bet live stream feature and final tables, and $600,000 in guarantees. It's cold outside, but the tables are hot inside Best Bet, with satellites taking place daily into the $1,700 Mystery Bounty main event. Learn more at BestBetJax.com. That's BestBetJax.com.
Hacker here. You know, people think Awaken 180 called me or asked me to go on the program. They didn't. Truth be told, I asked them. Didn't even take a talent fee. I didn't want to check. I wanted my weight gone. I was done with waking up tired and lethargic. I was done. And let's be honest, I wasn't failing diets. Diets were failing me. I didn't need any hype or motivation. I needed instructions. The Awaken 180 program was like finally stopping the backyard play calling and having a coach in your ear saying, run this, now trust it. Once my brain got out of the way, everything changed. No overthinking, no negotiating, no self-sabotage. The weight came off fast every single week, like clockwork. The biggest surprise wasn't the scale, it was the relief. I felt like I finally stopped fighting myself. That's when Awaken 180 took over. So if you're waiting to feel ready, don't. I wasn't either. That's why this worked. Awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Hey, let's go!
And now, this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 on 1010XL.
It is time for our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. It is Ann Craig Charnley from Wolfson High School. Hi, Ann Craig. How are you?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. My dad and I have been watching y'all show my entire life, so it's really cool to be here.
Well, I appreciate it. It's very kind of you to say, and congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a basketball player at Wolfson.
Yes, sir.
Tell us all about basketball and how long you've played the whole bit.
I've been playing since I was in second grade. I started at Riverside Presbyterian Church League, and I've grown up playing through that. And then I played at James Weldon Johnson and won a city championship at the middle school while playing AAU. And then I've been a starter all 4 years at Wolfson, and I've been a captain the past 2 years.
Very cool.
It's phenomenal. You were telling us about your evolution as a player. Obviously, you're a defensive specialist, and we want to hear all about that. But you said you were really pleased this past season. Your offensive game took a big step forward.
Yes, I think this year last year I accredited a lot of our success to Hannah Timmerin, who was our point guard. And this year I've kind of taken a role as not only our power forward, but also kind of moving to the guard position. It's been really cool to see how well I can shoot this year, and it was a successful season in my books.
Do want to ask you about Defensive Player of the Year, top 25 in rebounds in the city. You're kind of an all-around player, right? Tell us all about all your game.
It's been really cool to be. Last year I had a really good defensive year. This year I've had kind of a balance of both. I think every year we've had Coach Timmerman, who's our head coach now, has been working with me on both sides of the ball, but especially this year on the offensive side, and just seeing how much better I can move the ball. And we have a good team that's a building team right now, and it's been really cool to work with them.
To average 4 or 5 blocks a game, how much of that is instincts? How much of that is technique? And what do you attribute that success to?
I think there's technique is part of it, but also I know I want the ball back. I want the points back on the board. If we are getting in a fast break transition, I'm trying to get as fast down the court as I can to get the ball back. So I guess the blocks come with that of just, we need the ball back. We want the points back on the board.
Do you talk any trash and tell them to get that stuff out of here?
I mean, there might be times. There might be times.
Very good. All right, let's talk a little bit about academics. Obviously, you're a very good student. Why are academics important? And tell me about the background of that.
They've always been important to me. I've grown up knowing that that's going to take me far in life. And with basketball, I've learned how to balance both of those at the same time. And my education is just one of the most important things to me. And I'm excited for college and the things that I will be able to achieve past high school.
We've seen some incredible numbers this season with our Scholar athletes in terms of community service. You have 476 hours, which is just phenomenal. Congratulations on that for making that impact. I mean, does that start as a freshman, and what were some of the things that you did that were the most rewarding for you?
I've grown up working at a sports camp, at Coach Polster Sports Camp. That I got a lot of community service hours. That was really fun. It's working with kids in sports, 2 great things in life. And through that, I'm a co-president of the National Honor Society, so we're doing a bunch of outreach programs and volunteering around the school and in the community. So that's also added to the total.
Now let's talk about college. What are your college plans?
I'm going to the University of Arkansas in fall and majoring in public relations and advertising with a primary focus in sports.
Very cool. We'll get to the course curriculum in a minute and why you want to study that. But let's start with Arkansas. How'd you wind up picking Arkansas?
We have family there, so hi family if you're listening. And my college counselor said she thought that would be a great place for me. It's an SEC environment, can't get much better than that. And their journalism and business school are incredible programs, so I'm really excited.
What do you hope to do with the degree?
I've grown up watching and being a big fan of Maria Taylor and Erin Andrews, along with Helmets and Heels here. My dad's always said I could do something like that. So that's where the journalism side comes in. And then I run the social media accounts at Wolfson. I do our pep club, which is our student section. And I've grown to love the idea of sports marketing and interacting with fans and athletes. And so I'm combining those with that major, and we'll see where it takes me. But I really do love sports, and I would love to continue working in them.
I think you will crush it in our
Thank
business.
you.
There's not much doubt in my mind about that. Final thing here, and we always ask our young student athletes to do this. You're involved in a lot, and you've been very successful in all of it. How do you balance it all? How do you balance your time? And what advice would you give to young people trying to do the same thing?
I think it's just prioritizing what's the most important of the day. Don't look at the next day. Just look at today. I have practice at 5 typically, so I go and do homework for an hour and a half, practice, and then homework later, and then I do it all the very next day. So just tackle the day in front of you.
And Craig Charnley, our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. I'm going to go tell our boss.
Yes.
We got to wait 4 years.
That's
and then
right.
We'll hire you
Perfect.
immediately.
I'm ready, guys.
You have a job. So congratulations. Nice
Thank
to meet you.
you.
All right. And Craig Charnley. She is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. She is from Wolfson High School, is a terrific basketball player and a terrific student. And she will be a success in our business, I can tell you.
Now, did it bother you when she said she's been listening to your show her whole life?
No, because I'm kind of used to it.
I've been listening to his show my whole life.
That's kind of true, too. Listen. When you're established veteran, that means you're old as hell. All those things happen.
I love it.
But I do, too. And well, she's sharp now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She'll, by the way, Ann Craig is someone who will be in our business.
Without it.
She will be, she will be in our business. It's clear she wants to be in it. It's clear she's going to be very good at it. Of the people we've met, she will make it in our business. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So it was a joy meeting her. So we appreciate her coming in. All right, a lot of things to talk about today on the program. I'm going to get to some of the basketball stuff in a minute. But do you follow, apart from the curling? Did you follow the important? I said not that that's not important, but like Michaela Schifrin, that kind of. I was surprised she lost because there's been so much made about her. Did you pay attention to
So
that?
I've been bad so far. I have not really gotten into it yet. And I wanted to. We talked about it last week, and I was excited about it. I don't know why, but I haven't found a groove with it yet. And, maybe tonight I will, but I haven't been a very good sports fan when it comes to watching the Olympics. So
part of it, and I've followed it more than watched. But part of it is we are victim of when the event is in Europe, it's played during our daytime and replayed during our nighttime. And sports is still about immediacy. JJ, have you watched it all or no?
I haven't, but I did. My girl Erin Jackson from Ocala,
right.
Speed skater extraordinaire.
Sure.
She's going for the gold on Sunday, so I think I'll check that out. But yeah, it's hard. I do like in the morning that there is something streaming live, like when you wake up. But yeah, if you're just used to going home at night and watching a big sporting event, they don't have that. It's a tape delay.
We are conditioned to watch sports at night and on weekends, and there's an immediacy of sports, and we're just not able to watch it live. So, but I think they thought Michaela Schifrin and her partner, is it Breezy? I want to get the name right. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, they finished like 5th. And they're expected to easily win the gold. So, but I'm like you. I haven't watched it much. I want to get locked into some of it. The Olympics last a while. I'm probably way more like you. I'm probably way more interested in the Summer Olympics because it has basketball, and we've always watched the track and the gymnastics and all. But I'm like you. I'm surprised that it almost kind of came out of nowhere this year. Does that make sense?
It does feel like it's earlier, but I don't know that it is. But it doesn't feel like the Winter Olympics are always like right on top of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's worked out well that you're able to go straight into that. So I can't explain. I really, and maybe I still will. Again, even in the summer games, it's like 2 weeks. So I may not watch swimming as closely as I'll watch track. Now in the Winter Olympics, I don't know that it has that kind of segmentation. Like the men's hockey hasn't even started yet, right?
Right.
I don't think.
No.
And I know
women's is going.
The women they're killing Canada right now, 5-0.
Whoa.
Yeah, but so yeah, I mean, as it goes, it may start to grab me a little bit more. But yeah, I will say, like on a weekday, I'm not going to be like watching live sports in the morning. Yeah. So like tonight, I'll probably lean more towards Purdue and Nebraska playing college basketball. and that's like a 2 seed versus a 3 seed right now in the field. So I'll probably look at that. You know, so I don't know. I want to watch more, but so far I haven't been able to do it.
It's a new event. It's a team combined event in the downhill, and it's a new event. And Michaela Schifrin and Breezy Johnson is the American team that was supposed to kind of, based on just what you read, to waltz to the gold, and they won the bronze. And apparently Breezy was very good, but Michaela Schifrin struggled. And it now says that she has now gone 7 straight Olympic races without a medal. This is after 2 golds and a silver from her first 2 Olympics. She did not win any medal in her 6 races in Beijing 4 years ago. So anyway, just interesting stuff. So we'll continue to, and I'm like you. I want to watch it more than I have. I guess that's the point. See, when I was really young, and which we've now established a moment ago was a long time ago, there wasn't anything else on. Okay, there was. I mean, when you watch the Olympics, I mean, there weren't a lot of NBA
Was
games.
the Winter Olympics a big thing back then?
Bigger.
Okay.
Bigger. And by the way, they used to be in the same year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the every 2-year thing is relatively recent. They used to be the Winter Olympics and Summer Olympics were all in the same year, 60, 64, 68. They did that, and then they started splitting them up. Yeah, it was a big deal, but JJ, nothing else was on. I mean, the bottom line is you might see one college basketball game over the weekend. The NBA was not live. I think eventually they came to putting 1 game a week on Sunday, but then the Olympics was on. Mm-hmm. So if
what was on like Netflix?
Yeah. So if they're well played.
How'd you watch Landman?
Yeah, right. So if there was during the week there were no sports on at all, and then along come these Olympics. Well, if you're a sports fan like I was from
you're
birth,
locked in.
You're locked in, and that's why you were locked in. There was nothing else to watch, and so that's changed significantly. We'll certainly watch that coming. All right, take a break. When we come back, I want to get into seeds. I want to get into Bediako. The college basketball world is in a weird spot. I got some ideas about it. That's next. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Valentine's Day is sweet, but let's be honest, your septic tank wants attention too. Because when it gets ignored, it doesn't sulk, it causes problems, big ones. That's why Rooter, the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida, is rolling out the Show Your Septic Some Love promotion. Right now, get $50 off septic tank pumping when you book by February 28th. Give your septic a little love now so it doesn't make a big scene later. When you start, call the Duck, 904-862-6769, duckduckrooter.com.
For 25 years, Instant Keys has been the go-to locksmith service for car keys, transponders, and even high-tech smart locks. For honest, professional locksmith service,
Instant Keys comes to you.
Ready to put your dream car in drive? Get solid rates for the road ahead when you finance with First Florida Credit Union. Enjoy competitive low rates, up to 90 days of no payments, and budget-friendly protection plans. Whether you're buying a vehicle or refinancing, stop by a branch or apply online at firstflorida.org/autoloans. Membership eligibility required. Interest accrues during loan payment deferral period. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit firstflorida.org/autoloans.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, garagedoor911.com.
Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida. And inside the flip side, the action never stops. If you're tired of hearing about the best games after the final whistle, don't get left on the sidelines. Whether it's a unique sporting event you've never seen, a weekend with the family, or a winning date night, Visit Jacksonville is your ultimate playbook. Get in the game. Head to visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jacks app today and see everything coming in 2026. Jacksonville. Experience the flip side.
Hey gang, Hickett here. Guys, listen up. Valentine's is coming. You want to be a hero this year with something really romantic? It's easier than you think at Beards Diamonds. Beards has put together a stunning selection of timeless, affordable jewelry she'll absolutely love. Dazzling rings, sparkling earrings, elegant pendants and bracelets, set with brilliant diamonds or colorful gemstones. Classic gold that never goes out of style. And you can't beat the wow factor of top brand designer jewelry. They got it all at Beards. And here's the best part right now. Save up to 40% on all diamond stud earrings, pendants, and tennis bracelets. You know, cards, flowers, and candy are sweet, but nothing says I love you forever like a sparkling gift she'll wear and cherish every single day. Plus, Beards is your local Jacksonville jeweler, family-owned and community-strong for more than 45 years right here in the St. John's Town Center, not some Wall Street chain. Hurry in today. Don't wait. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Get up to 40% off diamond earrings, pendants, and tennis bracelets.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I-9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing the game. Spring and summer registration going on right now. Log on to i9sports.com to see all they've got to offer for kids ages 3 and up. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for spring and summer. Great new locations added like Tofoy Creek High School and Westside Middle. Get your kids in the game with I-9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount at i9sports.com.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
We sure appreciate our friends from the Nimnick family dealership. They do a fantastic job. 2 great locations. One is on Cassett and Park. That's Nimnick Chevrolet since 1941. It's been right there. Nimnick Buick GMC is on Phillips Highway, just off the highway, and it's fantastic, just off 295. 2 great car dealerships, people that will treat you right, selling you those great American cars. Chevrolets, Buicks, and GMCs. Head to Nimnick Chevrolet or Nimnick Buick GMC if you get a chance to. Frangie Carline and JJ LaSelva with you as we continue along. All right. So Charles Bediako now can't play. The judge, who is not an Alabama donor, no doubt, said the truth, and that is there's no, and if you read the whole story, there's no indication that he's been irreparably harmed by not being able to play. And there's precedent that others have, in his circumstance, have not been able to play. So there, and the thing Brett always tells us in sports and courts, an injunction is given when there's a likelihood that you can win, and there isn't a likelihood that he would win. So he fits all those things. The big argument, Hayes, that all these folks have, Alabama most recently among them, Nate Oates among them, is that we let players from Europe play professionally in Europe for a number of years and then come over here and enroll and play. And that happens a lot. So you play 2 or 3 years in Europe when you're 17 and 18. You've played professional basketball, even 19. Then you come over here when you're 20 or 19 or whatever.
Because they don't have a college system over there.
Right. So
there's nothing for the high school kid to go to other than a pro level.
Yeah, that's correct. So if you're going to play basketball after high school there, and
you go to like a pro academy.
Yeah, that's right. So
but it is professional.
But
you're getting paid.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind some rules being put in place that change that. And by the way, that's the difference, and that's why Bediako's not going to play. And hopefully, the Bediako thing's very important because this should stop the others now. It should stop the one guy from UCLA who played in a bunch of NBA games for trying to come back. It should stop other G Leaguers from trying to come back. The other G Leaguers can still get in, by the way, if they didn't start college first. The reason Bediako can't get in is he played college and then went to the G League. Right now, you still can go straight to the G League, and then you're probably going to sue your way back in. Look, I can make it pretty simple. If you play professionally, you can't play in our college leagues. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with if you've played professionally, if you've played the sport professionally, you can't come back and play it in college. And I have no problem extending that to European players. Now, there, to your point, there's got to be some sort of a hybrid built. Maybe it's an academy of sorts where you go because there is not college basketball in Europe. I get it. But it would not again, this inconsistency is why we've had these court cases. It would not bother me if we no longer let a guy play 2 or 3 years of real European professional basketball, which is a pretty good league, by the way, and then come over here and play. Would that bother you? It's changing.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me, no. But, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with isolationism. I mean, I do think there's something for this is sort of an American sport. It's our sport. It's geared around, giving American high school youth a chance to play college basketball and get their college, paid for in some cases where otherwise they'd have no chance to get to college. So when you sign a bunch of kids from Australia and Europe and wherever else, then obviously you're taking that away from domestic kids here. So I could get behind it, but I also don't think it's the same equivalent. I don't think playing professional and where we're talking about what these international kids are doing, I don't think it's nearly on the same level is what we think of pro basketball in America.
Yeah, I believe. I don't know that answer, but I hear you. I don't debate that. I don't know. But and look, I am not opposed to foreign students coming to our schools. This isn't a let's keep schools just for American students and not I'm not opposed at all to international students. I'm not. I am a little bit opposed to an international student playing professionally and then coming over here, and when you come over here, you block a student in Florida, in the United States, who cannot play professionally, and from playing college. So yeah, I'm not pounding the podium, drawing a line in the sand on this, but it is one way to stop it. If you've been paid to play a sport professionally, then you cannot come back and play it collegiately in our world. I could live with that. Now again. Well, wait a minute. What about NIL? Well, you're getting paid to play then too. Well, technically you're not. Okay. Now rev share, maybe you are. See, rev share, maybe you are now. But then it goes back to the conversation. I think I'm tired, like you are. I'm sure, Hayes, of the whole employee non-employee conversation. We've had it enough. But if I'm a really good player at a domestic high school, I don't think you should be able to go play the G League and come back and play in college. Now, right now you can, as long as you don't start college first. I don't think you should be able to. But if I say that, then I've got to say I don't think you should be able to play professionally in Europe and come play here. So I think that's kind of where I am on this. I think
which would be your boy Urban Klabjar.
No question. Yeah. Among many others.
Oh, a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume Alex Condon played something
in Australia.
Yeah. I would assume. Now,
because I just looked it up, Klabjar played for Real Madrid.
No question. So now the hybrid of the way to fix this from a hybrid standpoint is build academies. They won't be as good as college basketball in America, where you can play, and then if you qualify then to play college basketball in America, then you can do so. I get the frustration of a 21-year-old professional player. To your point, Hayes, it's not the same as playing over here. I don't disagree with that. It's clearly not. We wouldn't have won 78 straight Olympics if it was. I understand that. But it's better than ever was. And I get the disconnect and the inequality of it. So the best way to do it is if you've played the sport professionally, you can't play it collegiately here. I can live with that.
I'd have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
That would eliminate all that.
And just create a level playing field for everybody.
Yeah.
And obviously it would, make it easier for American kids to be able to get a scholarship to play college basketball in America. So, I mean, I'd have no problem with that.
And again, to be clear, I'm not opposed to international students, but I think I might be opposed to international students who've played a bunch of professional basketball and then wind up here. So we'll see. We'll see where it winds up. Here's what we do know, and I'll stand by this. You should not be able to play in the G League. Even if you didn't start college first, you shouldn't be able to play in the G League and play in American basketball. That I'm adamant about.
And in particular, if you start in college, knowing full well that as soon as you enter the draft and stay in the draft, you are giving up your eligibility. That is clear as day for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
I mean, Bediako's case made, to me, no sense.
Correct. And because
he's claiming that he was wronged. It's like the wrong was your decision to stay in the 23 draft.
Right.
That was the wrong here.
The UCLA guy played in the NBA and is now trying to come back. I mean, he played NBA games. I mean, he probably had his shot blocked by LeBron, and now he wants to come play for Grand Canyon.
I was about to say, where does this end? Speaking of LeBron, he has 4 years of eligibility left.
Yeah,
well, honestly, if that guy can do that, what is stopping LeBron James?
LeBron would have a better case.
Yeah,
because he never went.
Because he's never started his eligibility clock.
And here's the real danger of it all. Whereas LeBron's probably not going to do it, there probably are guys that go play 3 or 4 years, never get off the bench, play in a handful of games, then want to come back. That's what we have to stop. And that's why I think the way to stop it, obviously, it looks like now with the Bediako thing, we've now stopped the college, then G League, then back. But is that enough? Can you take it a step further and just stop the G League and back?
I still think there is going to be a challenge that can be mounted from the student athlete that goes to college, doesn't have an NBA future, and just says, I don't want to leave here. I feel like I should keep having years of eligibility. I shouldn't have to age out of an enterprise in which I can make a couple $1 million a year playing this sport. There's 365 Division I teams. Now, they don't all have millions to throw around, but many of them do. I mean, I guarantee you there's 75 of them that absolutely can do it. And, I mean, that's something that I think I would listen to an argument for in terms of, well, what am I supposed to do? Why should I have to go just get a regular job if I do have a skill set in which I can earn, let's just say it's $600 grand.
Yeah, I got you.
But in terms of going pro and then coming back, I think that was a very feeble, flimsy argument in my opinion.
Final thought on that is this, and it may affect what you're talking about too. Thank God that the traditionalists are now growing and they're getting louder. For the longest time, the traditionalists weren't loud. The Bediako thing caused so much attention that the traditionalists are now pissed off. Started with guys like Todd Golden. Todd Golden, coaches never rip another player, another coach, but he did. I've seen all these coaches that have said, okay, enough's enough.
I mean, we even saw Sankey
take
a stand against Alabama.
Dick Vitale, who is Mr. Nice Guy.
Right.
Dick Vitale was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think there's enough traditionalists now.
There's momentum.
Yes, then that momentum could swing the pendulum the other way. And I think for the first time we're getting that, and maybe the Bediako case is what will give us that. So hopefully it will. We'll see. We'll take a break. Hayes has headlines after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
It's the Super Bowl of stock car racing.
The most anticipated moment in racing.
The Daytona 500. NASCAR is revved up by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on Jacksonville's NASCAR station, 1010XL.
Some plumbing companies say they're local, right up until you realize their headquarters are in New York City. At Hall & Sons Plumbing, we're actually from here. Born, raised, and fixing leaks right here in Jacksonville. Hall & Sons Plumbing. Local. Family. Real.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, I've heard you talk about the quality philosophy of Underwoods. Just what is that?
Frank, simply stated, the Underwood quality philosophy is fine jewelry and gifts will bring customers back and create new customers through the endorsements given to Underwoods by our satisfied customers. However, it's our definition of quality that's really been the Underwood difference, because quality has to go beyond materials and craftsmanship and has to include things like design, how it's presented, our service, our integrity, a customer's experience in our store, and the satisfaction a customer feels when they've chosen a special gift from Underwoods. A person or a company earns a reputation over a long period of time. And in Underwoods, we know that you earn your reputation every day, because that good reputation can be lost in a matter of days if you're not committed to doing the right thing for the long term.
That's Underwood, serving excellence in North Florida since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Scholar athletes prepare themselves to win at life.
1010XL and Southeast Orthopedic Specialist shine the spotlight on the Scholar Athlete of the Week. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show. Checked by
the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Football's over, and it feels like a part of me died inside. This is Joe C. I know you know what that feels like, but have no fear. Revving your engines is here. The Daytona 500 is this Sunday. The fastest way to bet on the Great American Race is with the official sportsbook partner of the Daytona International Speedway, Hard Rock Bet. Don't miss out. Chase the checkered flag. Get to the winner's circle on Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here, and the cooler weather is upon us. Folks, it's the perfect time to try the new breakfast sandwich from Dandy Foods. A hearty one, too. A twin-pack cinnamon swirl and country sausage. You get the sweet first, then the salty kicks in, and trust me, they are addicting. And you'll find them all at daily stores around town. So the next time you're out and about, stop and get all that deliciousness in less than a minute from Dandy. Just one more reason to go out and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
The North Florida Ospreys take center stage as Division I basketball returns. Osprey basketball soars back to CSI Company's court at UNF Arena Thursday, February 19th, for a conference matchup against Austin Peay State. The Ospreys defend their home court against the Governors, tip-off at 7 o'clock. Secure your seats at UNFospreys.com/buy tickets now. UNFospreys.com/buy tickets now. Swoop!
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. Big Chief Tire makes getting new tires easier than ever with the Big Chief credit card. There's no annual fee, low monthly payments, and great promotional financing. Plus, you get free flat repairs and rotations, even $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. I love how simple they make everything at Big Chief Tire. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com to apply for the credit card and let Big Chief help you get back on the road with confidence.
What Baltimore Orioles player received a 22-minute standing ovation?
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowner's policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Cal Ripken holds the record of playing 2,632 consecutive games. On his final game, the Oriole great received a 22-minute standing ovation.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Now's the perfect time to order Logo coffee mugs, or maybe a Logo Stick brand tumbler. They're seriously ice cold and look great with your company logo. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
Welcome back to the Frangie Show. Frank Frangie is here, as is JJ LaSelva. I am Hayes Carline. Thank you to our friends at Harrell and Harrell. Give them a call at 251-1111. They will take great care of you. Great people over there at Harrell and Harrell. Frank, let's start with the NFL and the Jaguars. Let's look at some power rankings as we start to peek ahead to next season. ESPN has the Jaguars 9th. I'd say that's respectable.
Yeah, and I think that's about where you'll see them land. That's the point we've made a bunch on the show, Hayes, that when these power polls come out next year, the Jags will be regarded as one of the teams to watch. That doesn't mean they're going to be first, second, or third, or among the elite, but now the general belief will be that they've turned the corner and they've gone from team that wasn't good to team that for a while is going to be good. And yeah, so I would say, yeah, I can live with 9th. For me, it's still a hair low, but I'm a Jaguar guy. So it should be low for me. But I can live with that. I can't live with 12th or 13th, which you saw the other day, but I can live with 9th.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair. I would agree. Maybe a little higher, but at least top 10. It's going to be an interesting offseason in terms of quarterback maneuvering around the NFL. Let's start with a couple guys that seem to have fallen out of favor. What kind of market do you think Tua and Kyler Murray will have? And would you have if the Jaguars, obviously the Jaguars are not in the quarterback market, but if they were, which of the two would you prefer?
Tua, but I don't love either one of them. They're wonderfully skilled. They're wonderful athletes. They've had great moments. They're in the NFL's interesting, Hayes. You go from being a young quarterback who hopes to one day be a starter and a star. In those cases, very highly regarded guys. Then if it doesn't work out, at some point you're going to land in that area where you're the journeyman backup, and then you have no trouble getting a job. They're kind of in between. They're still hopeful to be a starter. I don't see either one of those guys as being somebody's answer. I think they've had their chance to do that. But at some point, they'll go from like Marcus Mariota did. Marcus Mariota was the second pick in the draft. He was looked at as a guy that was going to be Jameis Winston. They were first and second in the same draft. They were guys that had a chance. Neither one of them made it, but all of a sudden they're pretty good backups, right? I see these guys taking that path. It's just they're in that no man's land in between right now. To your specific question, neither one of them really moved the needle for me. But if I had to pick one, Tua, I think.
Let's get to college football. It's been really cool as John Sumrall has built this staff. Offensive line coach Phil Trotwine, linebackers coach Bam Hardman met with reporters earlier this week. And it's been cool seeing old Gators on this initial Sumrall staff. And the other thing that I think is cool about it, it harkens back to the contributions of Ron Zook, who brought both of these kids to Gainesville. And then obviously they won big under Urban Meyer. But a cool little wrinkle is Florida starts to build this. And I was really impressed with both of them. But Trotwine in particular, I mean, he is known already as an elite offensive line coach in college football. Tremendous recruiter. That might end up being, it might be Faulkner 1, Trotwine 2 in terms of the best hires that John Sumrall made, and Trotwine probably isn't going to leave.
Yeah, that's a widely held opinion, what you just said. Trotwine's a very highly regarded guy. The whole staff is. Two thoughts. Number one, I agree with what you said. I'm biased because by now people that listen know Zook is one of my really, really close friends. We stay in touch, and he's one of my really, really good friends. So I'm biased a little bit. But yeah, one of the great untold stories of Florida football is the amount of good players he brought to numerous regimes. I mean, he recruited a lot of those guys on that '96 team when he wasn't the head coach, but he was the best recruiter. You start going through Fred Weary and Shane Showers and Anthony Lott, and you start going through that. He recruited a lot of those guys, and then 22 of the 24 is the head coach on the team that won it. So you're right about that. And again, you teed me up for something you knew I was going to talk about because I'm a big fan of Zook and a friend of his. I'll also tell you a fun Bam story. I'll go ahead and tell you this story now. While the Gators are pursuing Kiffin and then pursuing obviously Sumrall, we're all trying to get the story. I had some pretty good sources. I had a source very close to Lane Kiffin, as I told you. I had a source kind of on the trustees, which was helping me, so I had pretty good sources. But Bam was my guy, so I would text Bam back and forth. Is Sumrall taking the job? And for a while he didn't know. Bam's such a good guy. He's such a loyal guy. I think at the end he knew but couldn't tell me. You know what I mean? Because Bam and I know each other pretty well.
He even referenced his press conference that it was hard because he couldn't respond certain texts.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And so you might have been on the list.
Well, I texted him every night. So I promise you I was on the list. I text him every night. I said, what's happening? So then when Sumrall got the job, remember he didn't announce any of the Tulane guys. I'm like, bro, you're coming, right? And he would text me back, Frank, not sure. Well, yeah, yes, you were sure, but I got it. He couldn't, but he's a wonderful guy. He's a loyal guy, and he will do great, and Trotwine will too. So I'm like you. I'm excited some of those old Gators are on that staff.
Yeah, Sumrall's done a really good job of building the connections to the Gator teams of the past. Let's get to college basketball. We've already touched on this, but give us a quick thought for those that missed it. Alabama's Charles Bediako ruled ineligible. I was surprised by it. I didn't think that the courts were going to go against the Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa, but they do. Your thoughts on Bediako now ineligible to play for Alabama?
Well, they got it right. You shouldn't be able to. Number one, I'm not sure you should play pro and then college anyway, but you darn sure shouldn't play college then pro then college, which is what the point has been. And I think I said this a moment ago. I think the momentum. The traditionalists having had enough of this, there's been pushback now. So I think this is step one. I think you'll see some more steps. And JJ made the point during our break, the Trinidad Chambliss thing is another example that at some point the establishment's going to push back that we can't, every time a lawyer shows up and someone gets granted an injunction, we just make them eligible. And I like the fact that it's pushing back. I like the fact that old school is pushing back a bit.
Absolutely. Big night at the Fog last night. Kansas hands top-ranked Arizona its first loss of the season with an 82-78 win. Bill Self, an incredible victory for the Jayhawks.
And without Darren Peterson, his superstar freshman who had the flu like Simpsons couldn't play, and he still found a way to win. But yeah, those Kansas is always going to be in the mix, and the Fog Allen is a hard place to play, the old barn as they call it. But Arizona's really good now. I mean, Arizona.
Probably better that they lost.
Yeah,
I mean, just get it out of the. I mean, I know you're fighting for conference title and stuff like that, but I mean, you're 22-0. I think you'll be okay at 22-1.
Having watched Florida play all of them, Arizona, UConn, and Duke. Having watched Michigan a little bit because I watch a lot of the Illinois games and whatnot. If I had to bet my money on a national champion, I'd bet on Arizona. You're like, no duh, Frank. They were number one until last night. They still are. They only lost one game. I know that's a no duh. That's about the chalkiest chalk you can take. But I think Arizona's really good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Florida State has a big game tonight. The Noles host number 15 Virginia tonight at 7. And the Noles have been playing well of late. Yeah. They are 11-12 overall, 4-6 in ACC play, but have some momentum. I'm eager to see how they look tonight against a good Virginia team.
Yeah, I will tell you, people that I know at Florida State believe they have something in Luke Lau, because I told you that a couple weeks ago. It won't show up this year. They're not going to play in anything of significance this year unless they win the ACC tournament, which I don't think they're going to do. But I think they feel like they are playing better now. They're in every game now. And I do think there's belief in Tallahassee that they found the right guy here. It'll be fun to watch in these next 2 or 3 years.
Absolutely. Big game also for Miami tonight as the Canes host 11th ranked North Carolina. Miami is on the bubble at 18-5 overall and 7-3 in ACC play. So this would be a big resume builder to beat a North Carolina team that obviously is coming off a buzzer beater win over Duke.
Yeah, Miami's pretty good. 18-5 and 7-3 is pretty good. But you need some wins of significance. I think they're a tournament team. Their guards are very good. But you're right. Big game for the Canes tonight.
Best matchup of the night in college basketball features number 13 Purdue traveling to take on 7th ranked Nebraska.
You know what's interesting about that? Purdue was supposed to be great. Nebraska's never won a tournament game. Never. None. And all of a sudden the season started, and the mayor, Fred Hoiberg, made Nebraska very good, and Purdue obviously good but not near. They have five Big Ten teams are really good. I mean, Michigan and Michigan State and Illinois and Purdue and Nebraska. All 5 of those teams are really good. And so they're battling against each other, but nobody saw Nebraska coming. And Purdue's the one of that 5 that was supposed to be the best of the 5, and Hayes might be the worst of the 5. Now, that still makes you one of the 10, 12 best teams in the country, but might be the worst of the 5. The Big Ten's really good this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get to the PGA Tour. The Pebble Beach Pro-Am starts on Thursday, the first of 8 signature events this season. The 80-man no-cut field is headlined by Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Chris Gotterup, Justin Rose, Victor Hovland, and Tommy Fleetwood, among others. Scheffler enters the event with 18 consecutive top 10s, 7 of which were victories.
And if you love watching golf and picturesque golf, it's still the most beautiful golf on tour. Some of the shots, is it number 10 where you tee off right on the ocean? Is that what I think it is? 10.
I think so.
It's one of the most beautiful golf courses you'll ever see, for sure.
Absolutely. Let's get to local media. Sad news is longtime Jacksonville sports broadcaster Matt Cooney passed away. I grew up watching him. Yeah. Great guy.
Our friend Gene Fournette tweeted immediately after that, or that's the first thing I saw, of what a good guy Matt Cooney was, and Gene's right. Matt Cooney was one of the – did you ever know Matt?
I barely. He was, as I was getting into the business like 25 years ago, he was sort of wrapping it up.
He was one of the, to Gene's point, and again, I'll reference Gene's tweet because he said it first, but I wish I'd said it first because he's completely right. Matt Cooney was one of the nicest people you could ever meet. I mean, he was forever. Walt Dunbar was the sports director of Channel 12 when I was a little kid, and Matt Cooney was the number 2. And then Dunbar retired, and Matt became the number 1. And then I met him when I got into the business. Honest to God, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He truly, truly was.
Absolutely. Let's get it to walk-off charities. Give us an update. Yeah. Softball tournament going on at the park.
I was there last night. These 2 weeks, look, walk-off charities is there to help little kids in the inner city play baseball. That's why we exist. And now that's turned into older kids in the inner city playing baseball and kids that don't have a chance. We're so proud of it. But you still need funding. So what better way than have elite baseball players one week and elite softball players the next week playing these big 16-team tournaments that everybody gets excited about, and all the proceeds go to walk-off, which means all the proceeds go to these little kids, and it's been fantastic. I appreciate you asking about it. It's softball this week. It was baseball last week. That park is packed. There's long lines at the concession stand, which isn't necessarily great if you're in the long line, but it's fantastic if you're trying to make money on concessions. And I also want to thank our friends from Island Wing Company who've taken over our concessions and do a marvelous job. So I get all excited. It's been 2 great. We're in the second of 2 wonderful weeks at Walk-Off, and thank you for asking.
That's awesome. Sure thing. We'll get you out on our musical note of the day, because on this date, back in 1983, Toto hits the number 1 spot on the Billboard charts with Africa, the 10th and final song on Toto's 4th studio album, Toto 4. Africa remains one of the most recognizable and popular songs from the 1980s.
I was already in a good mood. Then you're telling me we're going to bless the rains?
That's right.
When I'm having a good day already? Well done, as always. Let this one play, JJ. Back with hour 2 after this.
I hear the drums echoing tonight, and she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harold and Harold studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
Dan Hicken.
Intuitive improvisation is the secret of genius.
Jeff Prosser.
I don't know karate, but I know crazy, and I will use it.
They are the drill.
And I see the clowns playing their parts to perfection.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. When it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
As soon as possible.
at 641-1010.
Renewal by Andersen is celebrating Free Window February. For a limited time, buy 4 replacement windows or doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Offer ends February 28th. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets quality.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The month for love is a perfect time to get your home organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live, from closets and garages to entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and storage for any space and budget. With their brand new showroom now open, they have extended the offer of 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Zero Res Month of Love Sale. Hicken here. Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, it's also the biggest air filter in your home. If your carpet hasn't been professionally cleaned, you're breathing unhealthy levels of nasty dirt, dander, bacteria, and germs that keep recirculating again and again. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $149. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010XL or Dan Hicken special.
Zero Res.
Gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Because this message is for you. ET here on behalf of Blue Chew. And when it's all on the line, and when the moment counts, make sure that when you shoot, you don't miss. And Blue Chew tablets got you covered. Blue Chew provides access to chewable tablets that help you feel and perform at a high level with stronger results and longer lasting performance. With a simple, discreet process so you don't have to worry about the nosy neighbors because they're in everybody's business. No waiting rooms, no awkward appointments. Just fast-acting chewables delivered straight to your doorstep. And guess what? I got a special deal for our listeners. Get your first month of Blue Chew on me. Just pay $5 in shipping. Just use promo code 1010XL at checkout and cover them $5 for shipping again. That's promo code 1010XL and your first month of Blue Chew is on me. Head over to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. Then just chew it and do it.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, brought to you by Peterbrook Chocolatier. Tomorrow, the Jacksonville Dolphins basketball team will head south to DeLand to take on the Stetson Hatters for a 7 o'clock tip, airing on 1010 AM and the 1010XL app. As for the North Florida Ospreys, they travel over to the West Coast, set for a 7 p.m. tip against the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. It's 77 degrees at 5 o'clock time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Where are you on the Who? Where are you?
I love this song. This is far and away my favorite Who song. It's one of the most triumphant sounding songs, I think, in rock history. But I'm not a huge Who fan. Part of that's just I've just never taken the time to really go through their catalog. But I absolutely love this song.
Where are you, JJ, on the Who?
My dad's like a big Who fan.
Oh, yeah?
So I had the albums, the CDs growing up. Who Are You? Obviously another big one. But yeah, I'm with Hayes. I'm not like a humongous fan, but all the hits I enjoy.
Yeah. Mike Dempsey.
My generation.
Yeah, Mike Dempsey's a big Who fan. So when we were doing a show together, Mike, we played a lot of Who. So I like that. I'm like you. I like the Who. No, I mean they're not a go-to bucket lister if they were still touring for me. But I like the Who. So very good.
They played a Super Bowl halftime probably 20 years ago.
Yeah, and they probably weren't their best.
Yeah,
of all the when
that might have been actually the last kind of from that generation that the NFL had.
Right, and they were.
Well, I think the Stones.
The Stones were after the Who.
Maybe.
Yeah, but when all those groups played
for a while, the Super Bowl halftime was like the icons of
that's right. That's
rock
right.
from decades prior.
That's right. But unlike Springsteen and the Stones and McCartney, the Who would probably tell you that wasn't their best. That wasn't their best 15 minutes. They weren't as good. They weren't as good as they were. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
When they did it. LeBron. What's the end game for LeBron? Is it back to Cleveland one more time? Did you tell me that I think there was talk?
Yeah, I think that would be my theory. That after this summer he, re-signs with Cleveland and does one more like going away tour type thing, like we saw Jeter do and Kobe and everybody like that.
I want to say
I couldn't imagine LeBron going out like without letting everyone on earth know that this is my last year. He wants that tour.
I want to say he's 41. He's probably been there. He's done enough. It may be time for the next because he can't. The reason I bring him up is he was very outspoken after they lost to the Thunder. Luka didn't play in the game, and Gilgeous-Alexander didn't play in the game, and they still got beaten. And they're 32-19, 32-20 team, which is about where they were last year at this time when they got Luka. So I want to say, Hayes, that it's time, but he's still averaging 22 points and 6 boards a game. He's still shooting 51% from the field. He's still really good. I just when does, in your opinion, when should the LeBron saga end?
Whenever he wants it to be. I think he's had one of the greatest careers in all of athletics history, not just professional basketball.
Agreed.
And I think he does wonders for the league. So I would think whenever LeBron wants to be done is when he should be done. We'll see when that is. He doesn't look like he's qualified. Has he not played in enough games to qualify for any
I think he has so far.
I'm looking at so he averages 22 points a game, which would put him somewhere between
you have to play 65 games now to win one of the. I mean, he's not
interesting.
He needs to play. You need to play 65.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, he doesn't show up on ESPN's top scorers in the league list. So, but yeah,
that's what's crazy. 22 points is nothing nowadays.
Yeah, like I said,
I mean, to lead the league, you need 32.
Yeah,
right. If he was averaging 22 even, he'd be tied for 26th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is surprising. That was sort of my first thought. Is it's been a while since I've clicked on one of these scoring leader lists, and LeBron isn't at least top 5, top 6.
He's been all NBA. I said to be an all-star. To be all NBA, to be one of those awards, you have to play in 65 games. He's now missed enough that he won't.
Okay.
He's now missed enough games that he won't make that. He's been all NBA for 21 straight years. Think about that for a second. 21.
One of the 15 best players in the league for 21 straight years.
It's
Think
amazing.
about that for 21 straight years.
He's had. To say he's lived up to the hype would be an understatement. He's been one of the most remarkable athletes of his generation.
Yeah,
if you were, I don't know when you would start. He was born in, what year would that have been? 80, I guess.
Well, he's 41, so yeah. So
he was born in 84.
Yeah.
So if you started it from there, Tom Brady, LeBron James, Tiger Woods.
Yeah, that's right, and no question. And I would say, the hard thing about sports is, why should you quit when you're still productive and enjoying it? Because we've said it many times, an old athlete is a very young man. 38 is an old athlete, but it's a very young man. So you got a lot of life left. So why not milk every drop out of it? Yet from a fan standpoint, and he hasn't reached this yet, and Brady never did, but you don't want to see the mega greats be ordinary.
Yeah.
We watched it with so many. From Unitas to Namath to Willie Mays, we could go forever. Peyton. The great ones became ordinary, but I'm not sure he's ever going to be ordinary. He's averaging 22 points a game.
Certainly, I'll tell you this, when you watch them, and nobody's a bigger LeBron fan than I am. I have daily fights with Leon and Matt Hayes about this, but on defense, he's getting blown by.
Yeah.
He's got no prayer anymore on defense. And it kills me to see that because, he is so magical still on the offensive side of the ball. Some of his turnaround jumpers, his step-away threes, stuff that he's put into his game later on in his career. His step-back three that he's spectacular at now, he didn't start doing that until a few years ago. So he's, doing things that he knows will make his career last longer, but when it comes to athleticism on the defensive end, he's just not going to get that back.
Yeah.
He's almost 5,000 points clear of Kareem.
Yeah.
On the all-time
and counting
points record. Yeah, and he's obviously still active.
How about that?
He has 42,947 career points. And Kareem's previous record was 38,387.
He's not known as a scorer.
Right.
That's
pretty
amazing.
It is amazing. It's amazing. So we'll see where it ends. He's clearly not happy with what's happening now. The Lakers are good.
He still thinks he's hey, I should have a team around me, not Luka.
Yeah.
You could tell during the offseason that was sort of a thing when he floated with his agent, hey, I don't like that they're, I'm not a basic building block of this team anymore. So I think he's gone after this.
But I don't think that would bother him as much if they were elite. If they
were title contenders, he'd be fine.
That's right.
But they're just an average team.
They're 32-20. They're a good team, but they're far from great.
Right.
And he's not the star. He's the biggest star.
So if I'm going to take a back seat, I'm going to do it for a ring.
Yeah. So I think that's I think his frustration is that he's used to championships or certainly being in the mix. I mean, he's been to a bunch of finals.
He went to 9 in a row.
Yeah. So
this is incredible. If you took 10,000 career points away from LeBron James, he would still rank 5th all time, and ahead of Michael Jordan.
How about that?
That is insane.
It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. We'll take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about the bowl system, the college bowl system. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
I want the truth.
The truth? He's not afraid to tell the truth.
You want the truth?
Rick Ballou is the truth teller.
You and SpongeBob are honestly like my biggest influences ever, dude.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou.
Evenings on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent, Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. I am attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyoublow.com.
Find out what it's like to live Florida Gators basketball with Gator legend Patrick Young.
They want Patrick Young.
Dan and Jeff team up for Time Out with Patrick Young, taken by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Friday morning at 8:30 on 1010XL.
Bam! Jam! It's Cancer Prevention Month, and Ackerman Urology reminds you to stay ahead of prostate, bladder, and kidney health. Get a yearly checkup, ask about a screening, and make self-checks a habit. To make an appointment at one of 4 locations, visit AckermanUrology.com.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, John Automotive Jacks.
Certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, celebrating our 49th annual Valentine's Day sale. Come see our hand-picked inventory of thousands of pieces of fine jewelry, diamonds, and gemstones. This Valentine's Day, we have big discounts with jewelry for any budget. And with interest-free financing, you'll get the jewelry you love with a monthly payment you can afford. Monahan's will also give you cash for your unwanted gold or silver, or trade it in for new jewelry and get greater value. Monahan Jewelers Valentine's Day sale with big savings in our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
When persistent plumbing problems leave you feeling flushed, don't panic. Call Roland Reich. They quote all pricing in advance, so your only surprise is how quickly they'll solve your issue. Roland Reich Plumbing, PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Hacker here. You know, people think Awaken 180 called me or asked me to go on the program. They didn't. Truth be told, I asked them. Didn't even take a talent fee. I didn't want to check. I wanted my weight gone. I was done with waking up tired and lethargic. I was done. And let's be honest, I wasn't failing diets. Diets were failing me. I didn't need any hype or motivation. I needed instructions. The Awaken 180 program was like finally stopping the backyard play calling and having a coach in your ear saying, run this, now trust it. Once my brain got out of the way, everything changed. No overthinking, no negotiating, no self-sabotage. The weight came off fast every single week. Like clockwork. The biggest surprise wasn't the scale. It was the relief. I felt like I finally stopped fighting myself. That's when Awaken 180 took over. So if you're waiting to feel ready, don't. I wasn't either. That's why this worked. Awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Against your skin so bright.
If Landslide is my favorite all-time song, this is probably second.
Wow.
The great voice of Glenn Frey. Gone for 10 years, by the way. Do you know that?
Yeah, hard to believe.
It's been 10 years. They on CBS this morning, yesterday, they had the Eagles and Don Henley talking all about that. And Henley said, they asked him, said, did you ever think after you lost Glenn Frey, one of his best friends, and they formed the band, did you ever think that you wouldn't go on? He said, yes. He said, I did not think the Eagles would continue. And he said, I told the bandmates, I mean, that means Joe Walsh and Timothy B. Schmidt and the rest of them, he said, if Deacon Frey, Glenn's son, had not agreed to play with us, no, he plays some, he said, we wouldn't have done it. He said, I thought when Deacon agreed to sing this song, Deacon sings the Frey song. Vince
Gill.
Vince Gill sings some of the Glenn Frey songs, but Deacon sings the main ones, like Peaceful Easy Feeling. And if Deacon had not agreed to do that, then he wouldn't have. The Eagles wouldn't have continued, which would have been a shame.
Yeah, I saw they're wrapping up their Sphere. They've only got like a handful of shows left,
April,
right?
April. It ends in April. Yeah, and their residency, and then they are going to tour one more time.
Oh wow!
But Henley's 78. Henley said, "This will be it." He said bands are notorious for doing a farewell tour 8 times. He said, but this will be it. It was good. It was really good. But Glenn Frey, I thought Glenn Frey had the smoothest voice in rock history. Okay, now that doesn't mean it's smoother than people that weren't rock stars, but it was the smoothest voice among all the rock stars of all time. I'm talking about the bowl games for a second. The Music City Bowl in Detroit has shut down. The LA Bowl and the Bahamas Bowl previously had shut down. That's 3. Now those are small bowls. But you do have to wonder where it's going. Our friend Greg McGarity does such a marvelous job at running that Gator Bowl. And the Gator Bowl has great tenure. Once upon a time, I tell people this all the time, JJ, I don't know if you know this, it was the 5th bowl. It was the 5th most important bowl. It was the rose, the cotton, the sugar, and the orange. And then the Gator Bowl was 5th.
Yeah, Clemson, Ohio State.
Yeah, that's right.
My parents were at that game.
I was too. But it was the rose, the sugar, the cotton, and the orange, and the Gator was next. And then the Fiesta came along and became the 5th bowl, and the Gator was 6th. And it was that for a long time. It was the 6th until the other Florida cities, the Citrus Bowl and the Outback Bowl, the Peach Bowl ultimately passed it, but it took a long time, probably into the 80s for that to happen. But it's now harder than ever. And even though the Big Ten, with their arrogance, cost us 4 more teams in the playoffs, because of the Big Ten arrogance, we're still at 12 next year, not 16. We all know we're going to 16 or beyond. So once you're at 16 or beyond, and I do think, and I might be wrong about this, but I do believe we are going to get to the point that there's going to be more on-campus games than you think. I almost wonder, as much as I love the bowls, I almost wonder if other than, gosh, I don't know. I almost wonder if on campus is the way to go, at least in maybe till the last 4 games. I just because I guess that's where we are now. But I mean, I guess the last 8 teams, I guess, is when we do it now, right? Maybe I don't know.
We do the first 2 rounds, right?
One round,
or just one round.
One round.
So if you have a bye, you don't even play at home.
Correct. So I almost wonder if maybe we should play 3 games, Hayes, the 2 semifinals and the final and bowls, and maybe the rest are. Would it shock you if we got to that, to where 3 games, the 2 semis, and the finals, kind of like a Final Four, are played in bowl games and everything else is on campus? Would that shock you?
It would, just because I would think the money is still on the side of the massive bowl experience. Then I don't think they make as much when it's a game in a home stadium. And that's obviously going to carry the day.
It certainly looks more grandiose.
So I would think that they will keep it, as close to the current system with that, and not put more games on campus.
And maybe you're right, but even if they do, I never thought I'd be this guy, but I'm now coming around to the idea of bowls before the season. I never thought I'd be that guy. Because I love the Gator Bowl and I love these bowls, but I just don't know that they can, with more players opting out, with more teams in the playoffs, with more non-regional matchups, all the things that are the death of bowls. I'm not surprised 3 bowls have shut down. I think more are going to start shutting down. I almost wonder, but if it's a preseason bowl game, it can't just be a neutral site game like we have now preseason. It has to be a bowl game with a bowl experience, with the teams coming in 5 or 6 days early, with there being a parade. It would have to be a bowl game, not just a neutral site game like we have now. And it would seem so weird. I'm a traditionalist, and nothing's more non-traditional than an actual bowl experience where you go to Disney World or whatever, and you go here and you go there before the season. But I almost wonder now where we're headed, if for a great bowl like the Gator Bowl and great people like our friends at the Gator Bowl, if that might be the only way to really survive.
Yeah, it's interesting in that one good thing about going to the preseason, let's just localize it to the Gator Bowl, is you can invite whoever you want. I wouldn't base it on last year's record.
That's right.
So like if I was the Gator Bowl and this was 2026 was going to be the first year that you're going to have the Gator Bowl as a preseason event, I mean, I'm inviting Florida State or Florida Florida obviously is here for the Georgia game.
Close team.
But
Close
yeah,
by
without
team.
a doubt. And, so that I think helps because then you can tailor the matchup. You're not as bound by what the SEC or ACC gives you. And so that would be attractive. But I also wonder, you can't have playoff games throughout the midweek in December. And there are a lot of people that watch the December bowl games, particularly when you're talking about that week beyond Christmas and New Year's. So obviously, like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, you're going to have that's going to be a round of the playoffs. But on December 26th, 27th, there probably is some demand for that. So the Gator Bowl may be one of the bowls that can stay in more of the traditional sense and, have a title sponsor that wants to be on that time of year, have a network that's willing to, pay to have premium content on a Wednesday night, when most of the world is enjoying the holiday season. So I agree with you. I think a lot of bowls would be better served to go preseason. The Gator Bowl is one where I wonder if they could, if they wanted to, stay as an end of the year thing. And again, maybe get a better matchup, but I get the calendar really, it needs to be changed because for these teams that are coming in, it's almost now where the coaches, they don't want the distraction of it. They're trying to finalize the signing class and get their board ready to attack the portal and things like that. So it's certainly something they should look at, but the Gator Bowl is one that I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to survive staying in the late, playing on December 30th, the night before maybe the college football playoff resumes.
Yeah, and to be clear, there's no conversation yet about some of these traditional bowls moving to the preseason. It's not like there's a narrative out there. I just think it's so hard. I think the opt-outs, you're playing a different team than you coached all year, and I just think that for the first time, and again, this really changes the paradigm significantly. I mean, now it's a preseason game, but I just wonder, and the good thing about, and I know the Gator Bowl, we keep referencing the Gator Bowl because that's the one we know, and we know the people, and we like Greg so much, and Rick Callett before him. And so, but I'll say this, what makes the Gator Bowl and bowls like that so viable is the association is about way more than the football game. They have numerous charitable events. They have numerous charitable initiatives in the city. They have numerous partners, both from the corporate and the individual from a corporate and an individual standpoint that help the cause. So there's so much good they do, and there's so much they're involved in beyond just putting on a football game. And I know that. But the football game certainly seems to be challenging. And by the way, the Gator Bowl's had some really good games of late. I mean, they really have. I mean, I'm pointing out they had a tough matchup this year and last year, but that's not always the case. I just worry about where it's going. When we get to 16 teams, what will the Gator Bowl have left? And the other part is, too, back to what you said a minute ago, Hayes, in a preseason game, in a new world where big-time bowl games are before the season, not neutral site games, but bowl experiences, the heck with all these conference affiliations. Get rid of them. Invite who you want. Now, does that mean Jacksonville wouldn't get as good a game as Orlando and Tampa? Probably. But it's going to get a better game than a lot of you're still coming to what will be in 2 years a beautiful new stadium, state of the art, in this magnificent city with magnificent beaches. Everyone talks about how great our beaches are in December. Check out our beaches in August, okay? You talk about a good beach. You think our golf's good in December? Go play golf when everything's green and lush. And I mean, we could throw. I mean, are we going to outdraw Phoenix? Probably not. Are we going to outdraw? But we're going to outdraw Tampa? Maybe not. But we're going to outdraw a lot of those cities. Go get who you want. And I just, again, I've never been that guy. But I just wonder now, rather than having to settle for Missouri, if you could pick before the season, wouldn't you always at least get Auburn? You know, I mean, wouldn't you always
or Tennessee?
I mean, you and no, not sorry, Mizzou fan, if you're listening, but you wouldn't have to settle for Missouri. You generally, the worst you do is Auburn or Tennessee, and you could pretty much handpick Florida, Florida State, or Miami anytime. You know, so. And I just wonder. I mean, you have to change your thinking. You know, I mean, does the parade move the needle for anybody on August 24th? Maybe not, but you see my point. I think
you might have to keep I know you want to get rid of the conference ties, but now with like the 9-game scheduling and everything, the conferences have so much power.
Yeah, good point.
And they're already taking away, like Miami and South Carolina were supposed to play the next 2 years. Florida was supposed to play NC State or something. Like they've already taken those games off the schedule.
You're right.
It would be hard to be like, hey, we're putting them back now.
Yeah.
And because these teams, their incentive is to just, hey, we're going to play our 9 conference games and put some cupcakes on there because we want to get in the playoff.
You're right. But I hear you. But the other side of that is, with more teams in, you can lose more games.
I agree.
And more teams in would be willing to play a good team out of conference. And if you could do it in one of these games, it might fill that role. So,
I hope you're right. But people would just point at Notre Dame and be like,
yeah, you're right.
They played 2 teams. They lost. They're out.
Yeah, great point. And there's arguments on both sides. I just hate it for the Bulls. Because, again, I grew up in an era where the Bulls were a big deal, man. I can tell you, I have been fortunate that I've been to all of them. I've been to Rose Bowls. I've been to Fiesta Bowls. I've been to Cotton Bowls. I've been to Sugar Bowls. I've been to Orange Bowls. And you're pretty blessed if you've covered them all. I've been to all of them. And there's nothing like Bowl Week, man. When the Bowl's really hopping and the stadium sold out. I mean, I can tell you, my daughter would tell you to this day when she was 14 years old and got to go to the Rose Bowl parade. To this day, there's been nothing like it. It was me, Suzanne, Amber, and one of her little friends, and we went to the Rose Bowl parade, and it was spectacular, you know. And I'm sure that still is, by the way. But you get my point.
Yeah, the big boys.
Yeah. It was just.
But I do think, like Hayes said, the Gator Bowl is still one of the big boys.
No question.
Orlando still is, even though it's got a stupid name with the Pop-Tart Bowl. Like the ratings this year were pretty decent for some of these lower mid-tier bowl games, but I think we have so many of them now. So like less is more. And so maybe it's the free market working out. Like, hey, the Music City Bowl, whatever, these ones that aren't doing bowl games anymore, maybe that's just natural selection.
And that's a great point, JJ. Maybe fewer pinstripe bowls and military bowls and independence bowls would make the real bowls like the Gator Bowl feel more important.
Something again.
Yeah, great point. We'll take a break. More in a moment. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer. Nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to bariorthopedics.com.
Find out more at bariorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Florida's sun and storms means your roof has probably seen better days. If you're wondering about its condition, visit EndlessSummerRoofing.com to schedule a free, no-pressure inspection. Endless Summer Roofing, protecting your home from Florida's endless summers.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
San Jose Collision in Mandarin is proud to be an I-CAR Gold Class collision repair facility. That means they meet the industry's highest training standards. Experience the difference at San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Finding the perfect romantic gift she'll treasure forever? It's easier than you think at Beard's Diamonds this Valentine's Day. We've curated a stunning selection of timeless, affordable jewelry she'll absolutely love. Dazzling rings, sparkling earrings, elegant pendants and bracelets, set with brilliant diamonds or colorful gemstones. Classic gold that never goes out of style. And you can't beat the wow factor of top brand designer jewelry. At Beard's, we've got it all under one roof. And right now, we're cranking up the romance with an unbeatable limited time offer. Save up to 40% on all diamond stud earrings, pendants, and tennis bracelets. Imagine her face lighting up when she opens that signature Beards box on February 14th. Pure magic that lasts a lifetime. Guys, cards, flowers, and candy are sweet, but nothing says I love you forever like a sparkling gift she'll wear and cherish every single day. And that gift is on major sale right now. Plus, Beards is your local Jacksonville jeweler, family owned and community strong for over 45 years. Right here in the St. John's Town Center. Not some Wall Street chain. We're your neighbors, and we're here for you. Hurry in today. Don't wait. Beards Diamonds, St. John's Town Center.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, our golden moment today on the program. We've had a lot of it. I really think the Bediako story is the one we talked about the most. I think the court got it right. He did not get granted another injunction, and because he did not get granted another injunction, he will not be able to play. No offense to Bediako, but I don't think he should be able to play. I kind of agree with the decision, and I think that's the golden moment because I think it's, if nothing else, it's what everybody kind of wanted to hear, and I'm glad it landed where it did. That's the golden moment of the show. Agreed?
Yeah, I do agree. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's went the way it went. I thought it was ridiculous from the outset, and I'm glad it got resolved. I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised. We're not often pleasantly surprised,
right,
by things, anymore. And when it comes to sports and legal cases, but yeah, I thought this was a great ruling, and hopefully it will curb some of this, and we'll just now enjoy what's been a fantastic college basketball season.
Right.
I mean, in terms of the elite play that is out there. So yeah, I'm glad it worked out the way it worked out.
Bill Bender from the Sporting News has, I said this earlier, his number one seeds, Arizona, Michigan, Duke, and UConn, and that's the order he has them in. The number two seeds, Iowa State, Houston, Florida, and Illinois. So he's got Florida as essentially the 7th overall seed. I like that. I won't go through all of these, but I want to get to some SEC teams. Number 3 seeds, by the way, Nebraska, Michigan State, Gonzaga, Kansas, all 3 seeds. 4 seeds, Purdue, Virginia, Vanderbilt is a 4 seed, and St. John's. Agree with that? pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think there will be some movement. I think Vanderbilt's on the way down. I think Nebraska is on the way down. I think Purdue beats them tonight. And I think St. John's I was impressed with them Friday night against UConn. I think they're reestablishing that toughness that they had last year when they were the darling of the season. And so I think St. John's could climb up a little bit in terms of their seeding by the time we get to Selection Sunday.
It'll be interesting on Vanderbilt because you're right, because St. John's is again they're also a 4 seed. Vanderbilt's 19-4 and 6-4 in the league, so we'll see because the tough stretch is coming up. So Alabama,
I think Vandy plays Auburn tonight. It's actually a really good. I mean, Nebraska and Purdue is the biggest game of the night in terms of
but there's some good
ranked
games.
teams. But yeah, in the SEC, like I'm interested to see if Auburn, because Auburn's coming off the tough loss to Alabama,
right.
And they need to get going. I mean, they haven't really capitalized on the momentum of winning at Florida. So I think Auburn beats Vandy tonight, but that'll be an interesting one for the loser of that game.
All right, Alabama is a 5 seed, according to this. Arkansas and Tennessee are both 6 seeds, according to this. Kentucky, Hayes, is a 7 seed. A&M is an 8 seed. That low for Texas A&M for a team that's 7-3 in the league?
And they just didn't play anybody out of conference, so that's really, really hurting them right now. I mean, they're 40th in the net because they're 3-5 in quad 1 games. So that's what's hurting. They're 8-0 against quad 4 teams. Well, quad 4 team, that's the equivalent of a total cupcake. So A&M played 8 games against cupcakes, and it's really hurting their metrics. I think A&M is a team to watch. They'll probably be in an 8-9 game or 7-10 game is probably where they're headed. I really like their team. They didn't play well against Florida at all, but they showed a lot of good things against Alabama. So I think Texas A&M is a dangerous team and could certainly – I think the SEC in general is probably not going to have a great NCAA tournament. I see a lot of – I think Vanderbilt, I question Vandy. Tennessee has toughness, but they always seems like struggle to score in the tournament. Arkansas, I think, has a chance to make a run. Kentucky has a chance to make a run. Florida, obviously, the expectation will be to at least get to the Elite Eight. But a lot of – like the SEC is going to get 10 teams in. I think there's only like 2 or 3 that I think actually have a chance to make any real noise.
Yeah, here are the 10 according to Bill Bender, the seeds. Florida, a 2 seed. Vanderbilt, a 4 seed. Alabama, a 5 seed. Arkansas and Tennessee, both 6 seeds. Kentucky, a 7 seed. Texas A&M and Auburn, both 8 seeds. And Georgia and Texas, both 10 seeds. So to your point, that's 10 teams, but only 1 is above a 3 seed. And only 2 are projected to be Sweet 16 teams. So to your point.
I tell you what, tomorrow night is a big game for Mike White. I mean, it's Georgia started fast. The fans got excited behind the team, and they have really fallen off. They're 5-5 in conference play, but they have really started to lose some momentum. They've dropped to 35th in the net. They're 3-4 in quad 1 games. So they need what happened last year. They need to beat a good Florida team in Athens tomorrow night. If they don't, then Georgia, I think, is starting to move to the wrong side of the bubble.
So it'll be.
I mean, losing to Florida doesn't hurt their metric,
but
my point is,
their momentum's going the wrong way.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they were able to beat LSU the other night, but LSU's terrible. So we'll see. But I think for Mike White, if he's ever gonna, it's such an odd career because he's a good enough coach to like get his teams into the tournament, but there's never anything that comes with it for the most part. And this year, he did a good job getting Georgia to the tournament. Last year, they got embarrassed. This year they started really strong. You're thinking, okay, well maybe Georgia's now going to take a step forward, and they still could, but they need to shake out of this slump that they've been in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the way the whole thing plays out. Let's take a break. We'll be back to wrap the program after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The 2026 NASCAR season will get underway on Sunday with the running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Qualifying for just the front row will be on Wednesday, and the rest of the running order will come from 2 150-mile races on Thursday. William Byron is the defending champion, but Ryan Blaney is the betting favorite to win the 500. He is at plus 850. Joey Logano at plus 1,000. Byron is at plus 1,300. Kyle Larson, the NASCAR Series championship from 2025, is a plus 1,400. Chase Elliott is also plus 1,400, and Brad Keselowski plus 1,700.
Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1010 XL.
Let's talk about the sound no homeowner wants to hear. Drip, drip, drip. Still dripping. That's exactly why Duck Duck Rooter created the Love Your Pipes promotion. Plumbing problems don't scare us. Not with years of experience and honest upfront pricing on our side. Right now, you can get free plumbing assessment on all fixtures with any paid plumbing service. It's the smart move to fix the issue now before it becomes bigger. So when you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769, duckduckrooter.com.
Get ready to break on through this Valentine's night. Experience the Ultimate Doors Tribute live at Thrasher Horn Center February 14th. Get tickets at thcenter.org.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Free for life? Just by saying that, you already know I'm referring to Awaken 180. They're the only company providing it. Fast, proven weight loss, and then keep it off thanks to free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Spring is almost here. Is your yard ready? Lucas Tree Service, a family-owned business with over 45 years of experience, is your local certified arborist for tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for residential or commercial properties. Protect your home, boost your curb appeal, and get top-notch service from a Jacksonville company. Make sure your trees are healthy and safe before summer hits. Schedule your tree inspection today at lucastreeservice.com.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Mortgage rates have dropped. They're expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building. So now's the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Chad and Sandy, the proven experts to sell your home. Maybe you have concerns about putting your home on the market and getting it sold. Well, let me alleviate those for you. There's a real quick solution. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold or they will buy it. Call 414-6200. Or go to chadandsandy.com. You'll find out for yourself. Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts I trust and recommend with the sale of your home or mine. Using their proprietary Market Max system,
Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Anthony and Mary in Palmco said, we needed to sell our home to move closer to family, but low cash offers weren't cutting it. Since we'd only bought a year earlier, options felt limited, but not for Chad and Sandy. Call Chad and Sandy today, or log on to chadandsandy.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
We sure appreciate our friends from the Nimnick family dealerships. Nimnick Chevrolet on Cass at Nimnick Buick GMC on Phillips Highway. You asked an interesting question about tribute bands. Share that question.
Well, yeah, like we heard the spot in the break about the Doors tribute band,
and they're all really good.
Yeah, and we've got the Doors, we've had Pink Floyd tribute bands come through, Fleetwood Mac tribute bands come through. I'm sure there are others. Yeah. I'm just curious, like how the business model of that works.
I don't know.
Do they have to give a cut of whatever they make to?
I don't think so, because there's too many
real
of them.
band.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And how do you become good enough to where you can actually tour?
Yeah.
As a tribute band.
I don't know, but I wouldn't think there's royalties as long as you don't use the name, exact name. You can use sort of the name. But it's a great question. But they're everywhere, by the way. I mean, their tribute bands are everywhere, and they change the name a little bit and then play all the music. I don't know. If you record it and sell it, you got to pay royalties. And I know in radio you have to pay royalties, like ASCAP, right? So if we play Steve has to play a bunch of money.
For us to play certain
songs.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. So, but I will tell you, I'm starting.
Are you starting a tribute band?
I'm starting a tribute band. We're gonna play all Doobie Brothers music. We're gonna call ourselves the Weed Cousins.
I like it.
You gonna
That's
come?
Inventive.
You gonna come?
Have front row. Can't wait.
We're opening.
Genius.
We're opening with the Weed Cousins are opening with China Grove. Okay, long train running after that.
Yeah.
You know what we're ending with? Listen to the music.
I like that.
The mellow part's gonna be South City Midnight Lady.
Okay.
It's not okay. Let's say hello to Hacker Nation. I bet he'll come.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnick. Nimnick Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnick Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
When I start the Doobie Brothers tribute band called Weed Cousins and we open with China Grove, will you come to the show?
I'll be there.
Well, yeah.
Front row.
Can you name any Doobie Brothers songs?
China Girl.
Be China Grove, but that's close.
China Grove, whatever.
Grove. You know what? I'll take it though. I'll take it.
I was close. I got the one word right.
I'm going to give you a win on that.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, everything good?
Yeah. Except my music knowledge is not up to par, but aside from that, things are swell.
Super Bowl kind of boring,
huh? Well, for me, yes, and it was a double whammy because Heidi's a Patriot girl.
Oh, okay. So she bummed out?
She was pretty bummed out.
Did she expect to win?
She didn't expect
when your
to
team's
win.
in it, though. I get it.
Yeah, she expected to be competitive, and it really wasn't competitive. And Drake May struggled, and Will Campbell. Ugh, that was bad. Bad.
That was so bad that it's bad when the coach has to come out and say he's staying with him.
Right.
For the coach to have to come out and say we're not moving on from Will Campbell tells you how bad it was.
The point I made last night was from a Jaguar perspective, and you can lump the Texans and the Bills and the Broncos into this. It was kind of nice that an NFC team won.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little ointment still on the fresh scarring for all those AFC teams that at least none of the AFC teams won. They don't have those bragging rights over you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm the ultimate homer, obviously, have been forever. But I said it at the time, and I'll stand by it, if the Jags had beaten the Bills, and I said it before the game, that would be the hard one, that if they beat the Bills, I would pick them to win any of the other games. And of course, I picked them to beat the Bills, but I thought that would be the hard game. I think they would have been in the Super Bowl. I don't know if they'd have beat the Seahawks, but I think they would have been in the game.
Yeah, Seahawks were good. I do feel that way. I thought at Foxborough would have been tough, but I think Jacksonville would have won. I agree. Seattle, though, was really, really good.
Yeah, really good. No question. All right, what's coming up?
Yeah, we're going to talk to the coach, Mark Duffner, kind of recap the Super Bowl, give an outlook to the Jaguar offseason, and then Ben Troop is going to join me, former All-American tight end, University of Florida. We're going to talk about John Summerall's first 2 months on the job, little Gator hoops as well. Always enjoy talking with Ben Troop. He joins us in the 6 o'clock hour.
What number?
84.
Very good. Like I was going to slip that.
That's a 73-mile-an-hour one right over the plate for me. Are you kidding?
Hacker, great, buddy. Hacker goes into the night, or Hacker is after dark, because Rick Ballou is not here to go into the night. Hacker, thanks. We appreciate it, buddy. More in a moment on 1010XL from Hacker. For now, Hayes and JJ and I will see you tomorrow. So long.